Trump's mind-blowing plan to ditch the IRS forever. What if you could say goodbye to the IRS forever? Donald Trump has floated a plan that could reshape the way taxes work in America. But would it revolutionize the system or plunge it into chaos? Let's break it all down and reveal the shocking details behind this audacious idea. Donald Trump has hinted at a tax plan that could eliminate the Internal Revenue Service entirely. Imagine no complicated forms, no audits, no IRS agents knocking on your door. Sounds revolutionary, right? But is it even possible to run America without the IRS? At the heart of Trump's idea lies a complete overhaul of tax collection, replacing income taxes with a national consumption tax. Instead of taxing what you earn, the government would tax what you spend. A shift like this would eliminate the need for the IRS as we know it. A consumption tax, sometimes called a fair tax, would replace income taxes, payroll taxes, and even corporate taxes with a single tax on goods and services. Essentially, you'd pay taxes only when you buy something. The concept is simple, but its implications are massive. This type of tax could simplify the system and make it harder to evade taxes, as everyone contributes when they spend. Wealthier people who spend more would likely pay the most under this system. But would middle and lower income Americans be unfairly burdened? Critics say yes. Supporters of Trump's plan argue that a national consumption tax would boost economic growth by encouraging savings and investments. Without income taxes, individuals might keep more of their paycheck, and businesses would face fewer burdens, potentially driving job creation. But there's a catch. Opponents worry the plan could hurt low-income earners, who spend more of their money on necessities. A consumption tax could cause prices to rise, reducing buying power for average families. The fairness of such a system is a major point of contention. A bold plan like ditching the IRS raises more questions than answers. How would the government ensure enough revenue to fund schools, healthcare, and defense? Would states have to implement their own rules? And would Americans really embrace such a drastic change? Many economists worry that transitioning to a consumption tax would create chaos in the short term. Businesses would scramble to adjust, and government programs might face funding gaps. Still, supporters believe the simplicity and transparency of this plan are worth the risk. This isn't the first time a fair tax or consumption tax has been proposed. Politicians across the spectrum have toyed with similar ideas over the years, from libertarians advocating fewer government interventions to conservatives pushing for simpler taxation systems. However, no plan to abolish the IRS has ever gained real traction. Critics argue that implementing this type of reform would require massive political will and likely an overhaul of the entire federal budget structure. Is Trump's proposal bold or just a shiny political ploy? For Trump's idea to take off, he'd need Congress to rewrite the tax code completely, a feat easier said than done. The IRS wasn't created on a whim. It exists because collecting taxes systematically is no easy task. Dismantling it without chaos would require a miracle. Still, the plan resonates with many Americans fed up with the IRS. The idea of paying taxes only when you spend, not when you earn, sounds appealing. But critics warn it could end up benefiting the rich more than the working class. Trump's proposal reflects his ongoing effort to appeal to voters who feel burdened by bureaucracy. By targeting the IRS, he's taking aim at an institution many Americans view with suspicion or frustration. But can saying no more IRS win over the electorate, or will voters see through it? This plan is as much about politics as it is about economics. Trump's ability to frame it as a solution to current frustrations could rally supporters. However, critics are already poking holes, calling it impractical and potentially harmful to vulnerable populations. So, could an America without the IRS become a reality? Trump's plan is undoubtedly bold, but its consequences, both good and bad, shouldn't be underestimated. It promises simplicity, but risks fairness. One thing's for sure. It has the power to ignite some of the most heated debates in politics. What do you think? Should America move toward a consumption tax and ditch the IRS forever? Drop your thoughts in the comments, like this video for more nuanced political analysis, and don't forget to subscribe to stay informed about the latest on politics and policy. Let's keep this conversation going.